This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2024 Zinger, model number 211RD. Okay, so this is a how-to video. It's not a floor plan video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, so right here, this is your on-demand water heater. So this says on-demand hot water. Let me just show you out here that there's a rocker switch here, and then there's a fuse here also. So keep that in mind. If you can't get it to light up inside, maybe that rocker switch is in the wrong position. So just so you know it's there. Okay. Also, there are some safeties that we'll talk about. For example, if there's no water when you turn on the hot water, when you call for hot water, if there's no hot water available, the gas burner will not light, for example. It's just a safety so it doesn't run without water in it. So it always has to be available water, that sort of thing. But we'll go over that a little bit more. You can see the switches here. This is for your power stabilizers. Extend and retract here. You have one switch operates both front, the other switch operates both rear. Okay. You have a power awning with LED strip. You have two outside speakers, of course. You have a vent for your range hood. Make sure that baffle in there is unlatched and flapping freely when you're venting to the outside. You have TV out here and power here. This is your freshwater tank fill. So if you don't have city water and you're going boondocking, let's say, and there's no city water where you're going, you can pre-fill the city water tank and use the pump inside to pump the water. So you'll always have, let's put it this way, if you do that, all the plumbing in the trailer will work as though you have city water. Okay? All right, so walk a little farther down. This one comes with a hitch, so you have a excuse my camera work here, you have a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. Alrighty, you have this long crank here. This crank are for the stabilizers, the power stabilizers. So you can see how that has a cylinder with a slot cut in it. Well, if you go over to the other side of the stabilizers, on the off-door side, you'll see a shaft with a pin through it. So if you get in an emergency and your stabilizers stop working for whatever reason, you can use this crank to crank them down manually. Now this crank here, this is for your power tongue jack, right? So if for whatever reason your power tongue jack stops working, you can pull this plug on the top here, right here, and put the crank on there and crank it manually. Okay. You also have a brand new battery. It's a marine deep cycle battery. You also have a kill switch for the battery right here, so you can turn it on and off. Why they have it off right now, I don't know, but that's on. Okay. Sorry about my finger in front of the camera lens. You have two LP tanks full with an automatic changeover regulator. Like I said, a power tongue jack. Okay. These hookups here are, if you want to add a Furrion backup camera or a Furrion camera kit, this is pre-wired for side cameras right here. You can remove this and put the cameras right there. And there's also a backup camera hookup in the back that you can use also if you're interested. It's pre-wired for that. Okay, so your black and your gray tanks, your dump valves for them. The larger one's always the black, the smaller one's always the gray. Black is toilet water and waste, gray is sink and shower water. So after you dump your tanks, you can leave your black tank valve open. You can hook your hose at the dump station right on here and turn it on, and you can spray out your black tank using the black tank flush. It'll clean out the tank, plus it'll clean off the sensor so you get an accurate reading. All right. Your city water hook up here, that's the most common way to get water to the trailer. That's just an outside shower there. Furnace vent there. You have a 30-foot, 30-amp power cord. We give you a reducer to reduce it down to a 20. And like I said, there's a pre-mount for a backup camera, a few rand backup camera if you're interested. And then you also have a ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 90 days you should inspect the roof. 60 to 90. What you're going to do is you're going to look, or have somebody go up there and look for cracking or separation anywhere where there's sealant. Look for damage to the roofing material or to the roofing attachments by, let's say, low branches or road debris, that sort of thing. You can't tell what's happening on the roof unless you go up there and look, so it's an important thing to inspect it. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Okay. This is your panel here. Your power awning is right here. I don't know if you can see it with the... I can't see it very well with the sun there. Your water pump is right here. First of all, never leave the awning out unattended. Your water pump is here. You can use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank. You can also use it to winterize the trailer. You have lights here. Your levels are right here. Battery, for example, your fresh water, so on and so forth, gray and black. Okay. Alrighty, so all your literature is in here. Your keys are here. Excuse me. Your vent, I told you about the vent. If you're going to run it, make sure the baffle on the outside is open. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Your range works like any other range. You're just going to, this is the sparker here. And these three knobs are for the burners. Oops, these three knobs are for the burners. And that's for the oven. Very simple. This is your thermostat for your furnace. You just click it over to turn it on and you set the temperature underneath here. This is your on-demand water. So it's shut off right now because, like I told you, there's that rocker switch on the outside. It's winter time and the trailer's winterized, so it's off. But the bottom line is this. You turn it on and off here, and you set the temperature here. It's usually between 115 and 125 is somewhere where generally people keep it for on-demand. If there's no water on demand, I mean, if there's no city water hooked up, the gas burner will not light. So you always have to have water available, and it always has to be on also because it works on one. It has to be plugged in because it works on 110 AC. So keep that in mind. All right. All righty. Okay. So everything here is self-explanatory. The sink and the shower, and the vents. The toilet is typical RV toilet, so it's got a flush pedal right here. You can't run it dry, so after you hook up your power and your water, you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl, then you'll step on the pedal and hold it down long enough for at least a gallon of water to go into the tank along with the chemical. At least a gallon. You can use more if you want. And then you can use it. If you don't do that, if you use it dry, it'll get clogged up, and also the smell will be terrible. So you always want to make sure you use chemical and water in it before... put chemical and water in it before you start using it. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector here. It should always be green. If not, get it serviced. This is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So you can see you got regular 110 AC circuit breakers right there, and they're all labeled. Then on this side you got 12 volt DC fuses, and they're all labeled, right? And it's also, this is a battery tender, so it'll also sense how much energy your battery, your deep cycle marine battery on the front tongue, how much energy it needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep it charged. So when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle is keeping your battery charged, and when you're plugged in, this power converter is keeping the battery charged. All right. This is a jackknife sofa. Jackknife's flat into a bed. This dinette, you can pull the poles out of the bottom and they drop the top onto those cleats and turn this into a bed. You have a sound bar there, which is FM radio. It has Bluetooth. It has a USB drive. A and B are the speakers. A are indoor speakers, B are outdoor speakers. So it has everything you need, and then some. This is the thermostat for it right here. Or no, it's that's the remote for it. It's not a thermostat at all. Trust me. Now this thing here is another pre-wire. If you scan the code here, it'll take you to a website that'll tell you about this. It's pre-wired for a router and antenna that's basically used for increasing public Wi-Fi. You get a stronger signal. You got a router, so all your family can hook up to the router. You just have a better public Wi-Fi experience if you were to add this. So it consists of an antenna on the roof, and then there's like maybe an 8-inch square box that fits right over this circle here, which is the router. So keep that in mind if you're interested in having better Wi-Fi. These are your TV hookups here. Okay. Alrighty. The refrigerator is a 12-volt DC refrigerator, so it runs on 12-volt DC. Okay. And then your front bed. You have your usual charging, your 12-volt USB chargers, and you have some GFCI plug. Remember, all the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, so they're all GFCI protected. Okay? All right. The last thing, of course, is the air conditioner. You have two knobs for it, basically. The one is in the rear here is for the thermostat, and then the front one is the two fan speeds and 2 air conditioning speeds. So, okay. All right. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please keep in mind that you need to inspect your roof regularly. Like I said, this should be part of your regular RV maintenance. Right now this trailer is winterized, meaning that the water's been purged out, replaced with antifreeze, so it's filled with antifreeze, so it's all set for the winter. Okay. Any other questions you have when you come to pick up, we'll talk to you about it and go through the whole thing with you. Okay. Thank you.